Israel goes on high alert as Donald Trump weighs fresh military strikes on Iran despite a fragile ceasefire. Fears of collapsing talks grow as Benjamin Netanyahu signals readiness for renewed war while Trump reviews military options. From Washington's war room to Tel Aviv's bunkers, Israel ramps up preparations for a possible second round of conflict with Iran. With the ceasefire hanging by a thread, Israel intensifies military readiness as the US considers new attacks on Iran. A fresh wave of tension is building across the Middle East as fears grow over a possible new phase of war. Israel is bracing for a potential resumption of fighting with Iran in the near future, according to the Times of Israel. Military preparations have reportedly been ramped up as uncertainty deepens across the already volatile region. This comes as US President Donald Trump is being briefed on a range of possible military options. The high-level briefing at the White House was led by US Central Command Chief Admiral Brad Cooper. It also follows Trump's warning that US and Israeli attacks on Iran could resume in the near future. Meanwhile, Israeli officials have been holding a series of intensive consultations behind closed doors. These discussions signal what they see as growing momentum toward a major decision in Washington. Concerns are mounting that ongoing negotiations between the United States and Iran may soon collapse, according to Channel 12. Officials believe the talks could break down as early as the beginning of next week, the report adds. Israeli cabinet ministers have reportedly assessed that the US may escalate pressure through military action. Potential targets under consideration include Iranian gas and energy facilities, along with key government infrastructure. As part of the build-up, both the United States and Israel are working to project a credible naval threat. This includes strategic positioning around the vital Strait of Hormuz, a key route for global commercial shipping. The US has also outlined plans for fresh strikes aimed at forcing Iran back to the negotiating table. Another proposal under review involves deploying troops to secure parts of the critical maritime corridor. Meanwhile, the US military is considering deploying advanced hypersonic missile technology to the region. The Dark Eagle system could be sent to the Middle East for the first time if the plan is approved. The request reportedly comes after Iran repositioned missile launchers beyond the reach of current US strike systems. Israel's defense minister has warned that further military action may once again become necessary. Iran, however, has issued strong warnings, threatening prolonged and painful retaliation in response to any attack. While the White House signals an extended naval blockade strategy, the United States is making significant moves in global shipping security. According to the Wall Street Journal report, Washington is working to build a new international coalition to safeguard the Strait of Hormuz. The effort, known as the Maritime Freedom Construct, was formally communicated to US embassies through a directive issued on April 28. This development comes just weeks after Donald Trump declared the crucial waterway completely open and ready for business. Despite that assertion, US officials now acknowledge the urgent need for coordinated global action to ensure safe maritime passage. The proposed initiative aims to restore confidence and stability across one of the world's most critical and sensitive shipping lanes. Key details of the plan were outlined in a State Department cable circulated to American embassies around the world. The cable instructs US diplomats to engage foreign governments and encourage them to actively join the new coalition effort. The alliance would focus on intelligence sharing, diplomatic coordination, and supporting enforcement of existing international sanctions frameworks. Officials say the coalition is specifically designed to counter disruptions and ensure uninterrupted navigation through the strategic waterway. Reports indicate that collective action is seen as essential to demonstrate unified international resolve against growing maritime threats. Any obstruction of shipping routes, officials warn, could have serious consequences for the global economy and vital energy supplies. Participating nations would be asked whether they are willing to contribute militarily or through combined diplomatic and logistical support roles. The mission is expected to be jointly managed by the State Department and United States Central Command. The initiative would also complement existing maritime security efforts led by allies, including the United Kingdom and France. Washington hopes broad international participation will help stabilize the region and ensure the uninterrupted flow of global trade. The push comes even as Trump recently described the Hormuz blockade as genius and effective during remarks on April 29th.
We're not going to let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And We've knocked out their Navy, we've knocked out their Air Force, we've knocked out their anti-aircraft, everything, apparatus, everything they have, their radar, they have very little left. And they have some missiles, a small percentage. They have a small percentage of missile-making facilities. We knocked out about 80% of them. The rest could come very quickly if we don't make a deal. They're not going to have a nuclear weapon. They know it, and just about everybody else does.
President, regarding Iran, how long are you prepared to maintain the blockade? Could that go several more months?
Well, the blockade is genius, okay? The blockade has been 100% foolproof. It shows how good our Navy is, I can tell you that. Nobody's going to play games. We have the greatest military in the world, and I built much of it during my first term, and we've been building it since. And the greatest anywhere in the world, nobody even close. And you see that, whether it's Venezuela, and they have a good military in Venezuela, but it was over in one day. It was actually over in about 48 minutes. Iran, the same thing. I mean, militarily, we've wiped them out. They have no military left. It's all the Navy's at the bottom of the sea. The Air Force is never going to fly again. We've got an amazing military. Now they have to cry uncle. That's all they have to do. Just say, we give up. We give up. But their economy is really in trouble. So it's a dead economy.
Will Operation Economic Fury and the blockade get Iran to nuclear talks fast enough, or do you think another wave of strikes will be necessary?
I don't know. It depends. We have talks. We're having talks with them now, and we're not flying anymore with 18-hour flights every time we want to see a piece of paper. We're doing it telephonically, and it's very nice. I make a call, or I have my people make a call, and you know the answer. I always like face-to-face. I consider it better. But when you have to fly 18 hours every time you want to have a meeting, and you know what the meeting's all about, and you know they're going to give you a piece of paper that you don't like before you even leave. It's ridiculous. They've come a long way. The question is whether or not they're going to go far enough. So at this moment, there will never be a deal unless they agree that there will be no nuclear weapons.